Smash that like button, guys, and have a great day.
Yo, what's going on? It's Dookie Daniel 23, and today, as we saw yesterday with the AEW CM Punk unboxing, I'm gonna go over some figures that you should stay away from and some figures that you should go for in the meantime, since Christmas is coming around. And we'll start with the CM Punk from yesterday. Honestly, just really any AEW CM Punk or even WWE Elite CM Punks I'd go for and pull the trigger on if you can find a good price for them.
That's about it.
I know a lot of them end up going for a decent amount of money if you aren't willing to spend the money on it, I guess. If you're gonna go with this figure, I mean, you can literally find this. This is the Walmart exclusive. It's $20 if you find it retail. I've found a few of these retail. I don't know if it's hard to find them retail now, but I've had a few just sitting in packages over the past 2 weeks. And I mean, if you're going for a CM Punk figure, I'd recommend this one for sure. You have Elite 1 CM Punk, which goes for around $60 used. If you're looking for a throwback one, I recommend that. And you have a whole bunch of other CM Punks that you could find for, say, $45 to $70 in that area used, depending on if it's complete or not. But I definitely recommend pulling triggers on those figures. And now we're going to start with something that you should stay away from. I'm going to go with the Legends line Kane that just dropped. Well, not just dropped, but recently did it, I think, 4 months ago, around there. This figure's just caused me problems. It looks great, and I will admit it's great on display, but in hand, it's just, like, the arms just feel tight. I mean, the arms don't go down all the way compared to, like, all the other figures without, like, me having to, like, pressure and probably snap it. And then for some reason, like, when he has the mic holding hands, they're 2 different sizes. His hands are 2 different sizes, and only one of them rotates. I mean, the torso just sounds terrible. So, I mean, I've literally just kept this on display, and I don't even touch this. And I'm completely fine with that. It's really great if you are displaying and you have, like, a whole bunch of Kanes, or if you're just trying to collect every Kane figure. But if you're somebody that likes to hold figures in hand, this is definitely not a figure that I'd go with. It's on sale literally at every Target for reasons. They overstocked them and nobody's buying them anymore. So yeah, I'd stay away from that. Another figure that you should stay away from, and this is gonna hurt. I'm going with the Ultimate Edition Batista. It's a great figure, don't get me wrong. Great articulation, it's an Ultimate Edition. It's gonna be like that. I just think that it's came to the fact that it's just completely overpriced now. It was literally shelf warming at Targets and all these other places for 2 months. And then you have people trying to sell it for $50 brand new. And like what retail was used. I mean, I bought this one used for $15. Like, I wasn't going to spend it, considering the fact that I knew that it was just not needed, considering the fact that we literally have gotten so many Elite Batistas, and it's not even the best Batista figure. I feel like if you're going for a Batista, go for the Elite 2 or the Elite 6. Those are really the only... I mean, Elite 30 wasn't bad, and then you had the Hall of Champions.
Like 6, 7 kills.
But yeah, like, Hall of Champions, Elite 2, Elite 6, those are all better figures than this. I mean, you get the accessories, obviously, great. I mean, the attire's not bad, but, like, it's just overpriced. Like, I literally was on eBay looking at Elite 6s, and it's going for cheaper than this. And that's a 5 times better figure. A figure that you should go for, though, really, in my opinion, is just any of the, the network spotlights from Toys R Us. They'll go for a decent amount of money, like the CM Punks I said, but they're definitely worth it. Finn Balor, I don't know how much this goes for, but, I mean, it's one of my favorite figures in my collection. based on looks. I just think that it looks great, and especially in hand. Then you have obviously most people's gem in their collection, the Network Spotlight AJ Styles, which is another great figure. I mean, this one isn't as expensive, I don't think, as the Finn, which is a surprise. But I mean, these figures, you can probably get both of these combined for, say, $120. I mean, it's a great deal, and especially if you're into, like, I love collecting the Finns, and I love collecting the AJs. And it's just like, I feel like they're greatly priced for what they go for. I mean, I got both of mine retail back in 2017, but you can obviously get those offers out. You can probably end up snagging the AJ for as low as like $30 used. Another figure that you should go for are really just any of the AEW Codys, whether it's the Supreme one, the suit one from, I forgot the recent ones set already. I mean, this figure is really not the best to go for if you're looking for just in-ring attires. Obviously, this is literally just, in my opinion, a display figure. I don't think it has really any other uses besides display. I mean, it has great articulation. Trench coat's great. Design was great. But, I mean, and then you have, like, the ring attire ones that I think this is just a top 5 AEW figure out there. That you have the Supreme ones and everything. That's just, these figures are great. I mean, I've seen these just shelf warmings at Walmart for $40, and it's a great deal considering the fact that people are trying to resell them for $60 to $70 because supply and demand. Everybody wants one because every time people see them, they decide to get all of them. And that's, I mean, when you're getting that figure, I feel like it just comes down to what you'll do with it. I mean, you have the 2 attires that come with the Supremes. You get, 3 head scans. I mean, I love this figure, and I've had it for 2 weeks, roughly. And this is one of my favorite figures currently in my collection. It's not the best looking, it's not the best articulated, but, I mean, it definitely gets the job done. The only thing that I hate about the AEW figures is there's, like, poses and everything. It's terrible for posing, especially with their right or left foot, whichever one it is. Then you have Elite Dolph Ziggler's. Just in general, I'm going for these. These figures are great, especially for custom parts. And just in general, I mean, this is the Elite 19 Dolph Ziggler, I believe. Either 19 or 18, one of those two. And I mean, this figure's great. I mean, the older ones will cost you more. I mean, if you're looking for an Elite 24, I think they're going for like $65 to $70. Brand new, like $40 used, complete. Something crazy, but I mean, like I said, with the Network Spotlights and say the CM Punk Elites, the older ones, I think it's definitely worth it. I mean, we're going to be getting newer figures and all of that coming in the future for like all these people, but I definitely prefer the older Dolph Ziggler attires, especially the Elite 5, I think, was his best figure, and that's something crazy to say because it was not the best quality that people thought of until they got it in hand. And, like, now it's just looking back at it and to see, I mean, they really produced decent accessories, I feel like. And, yeah, like, I've seen Elite 5 Zigglers go for $20 used. Some of them have been complete, some of them haven't. But I definitely recommend going for that. If you're going for a figure, go for the older Elite Dolph Zigglers. Because, I mean, you have the Elite 48, I believe it was, that's going for like $40 right now, used again. Some of them have been lower than that, but based on what I've seen, it's the newer Elites are still going for a decent amount of money. One thing you should stay away from, though, I feel like, what a surprise, Sasha Banks. Other than the Elite 82 or 83, whichever, I think it was 83 actually, Sasha Banks, all of the Sasha Bankses have been terrible. I mean, they've had great articulation in the upper body, but like the lower body's been Like, the knees don't even bend. The head scans have been okay, I guess, recently. But, I mean, like, I will literally go grab a different one. Yeah, here we have the other. I mean, look at this. This is just. This head scan is terrible. I mean, look at the. It's so bad. Like, I don't have a problem with the articulation in the upper half. Like I said, I think they're great in the upper half articulation. Just, I mean, and the attires, they do perfect. I mean, the attires for a basic are, I mean, you have the kick pads with the sparkles and everything. I mean, it's great. Just the head sculpts and the articulation in the lower body are, like, absolutely terrible. And, like, people are charging really cheap, and I mean, it's good to pick up, honestly, but if you are somebody that's, like, going for one figure, only a few, I don't think you should go with it. And if you're gonna go with a woman's figure, here you go. Ultimate Edition Alexa Bliss. This figure's a top 10 figure of the year, in my opinion. For Ultimates, probably top 20 overall. Great articulation. The only problem that I hate is the attire that we got. Yeah, I mean, I was really hoping it would be the WrestleMania 33 Riddler gear, but, I mean, it's still a great figure. Great articulation. I mean, we never really had an updated Alexa with The Fiend, I guess. So, it was obvious that we were going to get something like this, but at the same time, I mean, this is obvious. I love the head scan, even though they've used the same one in Elite 53, I think, being updated, it was obviously better. Great articulation. You get double jointed arms. And they had the Elite 97, which is decent. So, I mean, I recommend going with this one. If you're buying them, these are going for cheap, too. I think these are going for like $14 on Ringside Collectibles. And it's a better quality than the Elite 97, and the Elite 97 is going for like $22. So I do recommend going with this one overall. Now, it's not the best head scan compared to detail with the 97 one. Yeah. I still think that this figure's better quality. You obviously get the more accessories. You get the other head sculpt. You get the interchangeable hands, which I think you get with the Elite 97. I mean, it's just a basic attire, I guess. I mean, you could obviously switch the lower part of the legs and get yourself that 2018 Alexa Bliss look when she was with her heel run on Raw. I mean, it's the same exact attire under. So, I mean, I definitely recommend, if you are, especially if you're doing customs for Alexa Bliss, definitely go with this one. But yeah, I mean, that's really it for the figures. I recommend you